Next, we have Mr. Chandrakant from Delhi, who is co-founder of Router.com, a company.
For presenting me on this stage, Anuradha ma'am, and I'm like more than happy to present the same in front of the very dignitaries present here from the IPR department and the government. So I would start with a real example what went through my company when I started off. So can you tell me how many of you are here from the startup? Like how many are running a startup, or probably quite a number. So I want to ask one question from you. From there I will start my presentation. What is the first thing when you start a company, maybe it's a IT company or it's any other company, what is the first thing that you have in your mind? And like after the idea, what do you decide? So like you look out for a name, and that is from where the IPR starts. Like you look out for a name, and when you are in IT, you look out for a domain name. You decide on a name. Probably you buy out a name when you are going online, or probably whenever you are trying to start something new. And that is the point where you get yourself stuck into legal issues. So like we had this company eldest before Router, and there was similar company running in Mumbai. And like we had a lot of issues, fighting over things because we were going from offline to completely online. And that is from where I learned the very sensitive issue, you can go directly into courts if you are not protected. And so Router.com, basically we are the only one working in India right now on the single page map. And we have made a software which is unique. That is why we have also applied for the provisional patent on the same. I would roughly give you an idea what exactly the market would be like. So more on technology I would like to speak. So everyone is talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning these days. And it's more about the software speaking what humans want, like the answers. So on the same thing we are working, and the AI bots, bots is basically a robot. So this will empower almost 85% of the customer service by 2020. So that is the prediction. You won't have any call centers, you won't have any person going to specific stores and talking to them. It will be more over talking with the application, which is like a real human. So because we are specifically working on the travel industry, I would like to bring something in focus on travel, and then maybe I'll speak something about the IPR too. So travel is something which is constantly innovating, and every day we see a lot of people working on travel and bringing new technologies, because everyone is a traveler and we need to solve these issues, very small issues. Even in India, the IT market was basically started by Make My Trip, which was the first IT, the e-commerce company to come in the sector and explode the market. Now we have Flipkart, Amazon, every big company. So one good advice I would give you over here, don't copy. If you want to if you have a vision, probably don't copy. Don't be the second Uber being Ola. Don't be second Flipkart being second Amazon being Flipkart. So that is not basically what India needs right now. We need real innovators, and innovation is quite easy. It's just you have a shotgun. And probably the shotgun you use takes more time to shoot, and you invent a gun which takes less time. So time, if you save the time, that is the invention. That is what you need to understand. And that is all what is about IPR. Whenever you speak about softwares, whenever you speak about technologies, it is more about saving time and giving it a unique design, a unique interface, which is very user-friendly for the consumer. So about the travel equation, I would like to say that the destination content, and if you have the proper data feed in, and what your travel market is, then you can give a rich travel experience. And we have successfully worked on the same. So there are a lot of problems, what is the key distance from one destination. Suppose a traveler is coming to Bhopal and he wants to travel to Panna, but he doesn't know what is the distance, and if he is from outside. So there are a lot of problems which he faces. He goes to a blog, he will read a blog, he will go to an agent, he will go to Google, he will land up on different platforms. So eventually, the traveler, he is not able to get what exactly he wants out from the market, and that is the problem which we are solving here. We are solving a very big problem in the market which every traveler is facing, and that involves the very minute information of the travel industry. So it's the single page map which we have created. I would speak more about the product what we have created. It's the only single page map in the entire world right now. And whenever you make such thing, you get insecure. So that is how IPR will save you. So I remember we launched our website in January 2016. And in March, Google came up with Google Destinations. So it was only 2 months, and we had sleepless nights. Our engineer called from Silicon Valley. He said, Google is doing the same. Now what will you do? The good part was that in August 2015, we already secured the provisional patent and we applied it in US. So we were safe enough. Now again, as these guys mentioned, whenever you are doing a patent in a country, then you are protected only in one country. You need to go out and reach out for the international patent. You need to go out to China, to different countries. So currently we are protected in India. Now the good thing is that even if Google comes into India with Google Destination, they have to pay us royalty or probably they have to partner. So that is the power of IPR. That is where you really have something in your hand and you protect yourself. And speaking about money, so it is also a very expensive thing, applying for a patent. So I never knew that CDAC is doing such a good job, they are providing you everything and they're even giving you money for that. But if you take up from a startup prospect, it's very difficult to make your parents understand that what you guys are doing. If you say them you are doing something new, they're like, you're fools. Because then you are doing something new, it's not proved in the market yet. But then the things which are not proved in the market, that is the only thing which you can go for patent, because you are doing a real innovation. So real innovation does matters, and that is what you need to stick to. And people will demotivate you. They will say that it won't work in the market, but probably in the longer run, when you understand Apple today took almost 40-45 years to become Apple. So it was not the company which would the very first year would become Apple. And that is the problem which every entrepreneur in India is facing, because they are young, they want to work, but the government or the people won't motivate them to work on the new ideas. So work on the new ideas, solve the real problems, and after a while you will come to know that these ideas, they require real-time market validations, and then you change the software, you change the hardware, changes come. So innovation is the key to success. That is very true. You keep innovating on the product. So as I told you that we were granted the provisional patent in US, and we applied it in the America too. And this is the recent trend from T-News. So T-News is one of the global leaders in the travel market, and the map you see is of Google. So Google is still testing the search for packaging travel in Europe. Okay, so they are still in the test model right now, and we have successfully proved already this thing in India. If you open the website routon.com, you find a map, and on the map you will find something same like this. So it's completely so it's called good luck now. Now if what we receive from the investors now when we talk to them, they say, okay, even Google is doing that. So the thing is that now if the big companies are doing that, and even if you are smaller and you have done it before, you have the accreditation, you have the say in the market. So that is how the startup should work. They should never get demotivated, and what these guys are doing. Also, we are working on virtual reality and augmented reality. Currently, we are, okay, one more thing I would like to mention. So, if India is not your market, probably if you are not receptive in India, there are many markets outside which will take you very easily, because as the, this IECCI he mentioned that, and you don't get the tenders very easily, you don't get the things very easily in India. But believe me, if you have something in your hand, which is approved model, you go out in the market outside. We were in China, we were in Hong Kong, we are currently working with Uzbekistan, with Kyrgyzstan government, lot of CIS countries. They are receptive to the softwares. They won't say you that you are a startup and don't work with us. They will call you. They'll say, okay, let's work together. So the main thing is that you just work on what exactly you want to work, be motivated, and innovate. Innovation is the key again. And if you can really find the gap in between, then probably your idea can be the next Uber. I will give you an example like this guy, the Uber co-founder. He never knew that his idea would go so big, and he was in a conference in Dublin and he was discussing the same idea with his investors. And today, Uber is the global leader of the taxi sharing thing. The same thing was copied to India, Ola copied it, and again they are the market players. So in India, we've the very bad point in India, the startups which is that they are basically copying everything from West. So I would say make something here and then take it to West, and that will make you feel proud and honored. So it's a very good sense, when we talk to Priceline, Booking.com, they set up the calls from Canada, they talk to us, they brainstorm together. The MADS, is one of the biggest companies, so we are partners with them. They asked us, come in our incubator and work with us. So that is how the startup should work. They should not really copy what exactly or which is already there in the market. And though it's very difficult, but then if the journey is difficult, I would say it's more fruitful. So that is my take on IPR, and thank you so much.
By the time